Good morning, friends. We are learning our subject data mining 3160714. And in that, we are learning module 3, that is concept description and rule mining. Let me remind you what we have studied till now. Concept description, where we can say we are having the description of a particular concept, right? For example, we can say concept of cells. So for that, let us consider that cells, it is having computer and printer, right? So whatever are the related things we are putting. So here you can say low budget, here we can say high budget. That is from where? That is from concept of customer, right? So both the concepts are merged here in the way that this concept needs to have this particular concept, right? So you can say, but many other things are there which we haven't included. That is okay. We are putting whatever is required to us, right? And this is the simplest example. We have seen the concept hierarchy where we can say we are taking it as a street, city, state, country, right? Recall the example, we have already seen that. Fine. So we can say street is the smallest concept, city is bigger than that, state is bigger than city, and country is bigger than that, right? So we can have the concept hierarchy. That is, we can say country is the highest concept, then state, city, and street, right? So how can we do the automatic concept hierarchy generation? How can we do the automatic concept hierarchy generation? For that, let us say, based on that instances count, we can have the idea that which should be the highest concept in the concept hierarchy and which should be at the lowest level, right? So how can we have the idea? For that, we can say here, see, if we consider country, how many distinct country values will be having? For say Asia continent, if we consider the countries, so how many countries will be having? As such, so many. Let us say that we are considering 15 countries. Okay. Now for 15 countries, how many states will be having? 15 multiply by at least 25, right? In our India, let us say minimum 25 states are there in each and every country. So 25 multiply by 15 countries, right? So its instances will be more than that of the countries. Fine. Then after, if we consider the cities, so 15 countries multiply by 25 states, multiply by in each and every state will be having say 100 cities at least, right? So multiply by 100. Okay. If we consider streets in that, then in a particular city, we can say at least 100 streets are there. So multiply by 100, those many streets will be there. Yes or no? Right? Okay. So according to this, we can say that country will be having the minimum distinct values. For this particular concepts, we can say country, state, city, street. So for that, we can say minimum distinct values at the above level. Automatic concept hierarchy generation. For that, we can say whichever is having the minimum values, distinct values, that will be put on the higher level. Then whichever is having among the others, whichever is having least values, that will be put at the second level. We can say here, country that is 15 distinct value. Meaning is that, so we have put it at that level. Now whatever is remaining, state, city, street. Now among that, which concept is having the least count of distinct values? See here, which is having the least values? It is state. Because state is having 75. City is having 3, 5, 6, 7. Street is having say 674,339. This is just example, okay? It is nothing for our India or any other country. This is just example. Fine. So now after country we have put at the higher level. After that, whichever other things are there, other concepts are there which we are considering. In fact, whichever is having less distinct count, that will be putting after that. Okay. So we can say we are having country and then after state. Now, whichever is remaining from that, again we have to find the smallest distinct count. So we can say 3567 and 67439, whichever is list minimum distinct values that is there for cities. Getting the point? So that will be putting at the third level, and whichever is remaining, because four are only there, so we'll be putting the street at last. Got the point? So this is the way we are having automatic concept hierarchy generation, right? Whatever concepts we are having in that, we consider the count. What count? Distinct values, or we can say its instances, right? Whatever distinct values are there, according to their count, we'll sort them, and whichever is having minimum, from that minimum to maximum, we arrange, and that is our concept hierarchy. Fine. So this is the way we can have automatic concept hierarchy generation. Got the point? But will it work for each and every concept? No. Where it will not work, or in which cases it will not work, for that, let me give you the example. That is, say this one. Weekdays, month, quarter, year. Weekday are 7, right? Month, 12. Then after, quarter, 3, right? Then year, 1. Let us consider 1 year only. So what we are having for year, we can say 1. Okay, minimum value. Fine. Quarter, 3. Month, 12. And weekdays, 7. So will we be having the same concept hierarchy, automatic generation? Yes or no? Can we have that? Only if we consider this count, then we cannot have. But we should consider it, say, year is 1. So quarter is 1 multiplied by 3. So 3, right? After month, that is 3 multiplied by 12. So 36. So it is more than that. 6 multiplied by weekdays, that is 7, right? So in that we can say that will be values, that is this concept hierarchy generation automatic also? No. No. What we need to consider is not the total count. We have to consider distinct values. We'll be having Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, right? 7 days are there. If I consider it is, say, January month and say weekdays, are they going to have other distinct values? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they will remain 7 only. Will it be having distinct count, distinct values? They are 7 only. Are you getting that? See, if we say that city, in city we are having say 100 streets, will all be having different values? Obviously, in one city, all will be having different values. If we are considering another city, how many street names will be having similar? Like say Mahatma Gandhi Road or something like that. 2, 3 names may be common, but distinct values will be more, right? So their automatic concept hierarchy generation is possible. But here we can say, multiply. So their days will be more. Days will be more. Month will be more in a year. quarter will be more, but distinct values are not more. For months, it is 12 only. Whether it is 2018 or it is 2021 or it will be say 2025. Month will be 12 only. January, February, March, April. Distinct values. Are you getting that? The names of month that will remain same whether it is past year or current year or future year, right? So that distinct value we have to consider. That's why I have again given you the same example. Here, we multiply this and we are getting the count. No, we do not consider the count of days, we do not consider count of months, we do not consider count of quarter, but we consider the count of distinct values. Got it? So distinct values will not be having same as in this particular figure, right? Country, then state, then city, and with the distinct count will be able to have automatic concept hierarchy generation. But for say this example, that is weekday, month, quarter, year, will not be able to have automatic concept hierarchy generation. Got it? According to our concept, as we know, human being will be able to say, yes, year is the higher, but quarter is then after the month, and then after the weekdays. That is known to us. But we human, what we want is we want to make machine intelligent, right? We want that automatically it should give us the answer. Automatically it should generate the concepts for us. That is concept generation, concept hierarchy generation. We want to have. Will we able to have for this particular example? Weekdays, year, month, quarter? No, we cannot have. From the distinct values, we can generate the automatic concept hierarchy. Fine? So for this particular example, it will not work, and that is the exception. Fine? That is the exception. So the same thing what I have told you is here, mentioned here that weekdays are say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is 7 only. This is 12 only. This is 4 only. This is 2020. So one distinct value, right? So this should be there. According to the distinct values, we can have year, then quarter because it is 3. This is 7 and this is 12. According to what we have seen the automatic concept hierarchy generation, it should be this. But as we know that this hierarchy is wrong, right? So that is the exception. So see, it is nothing like for all the automatic concept hierarchy generation will be using the same concept. Other researchers may have given the other algorithms, but that we are not going to study as part of our subject, right? We are studying only one algorithm that is based on the distinct values. Okay? So it doesn't mean that in research it is not available. You can find for it, but we are not going to study in this subject because many other things we have to study, isn't it? Okay, so this description can be derived using the 3 types. One is data characterization, data discrimination, and both data characterization and discrimination. What do we mean by that? Concise summarization. Characterization, for that we can say concise summarization of data of class under study. Let me consider characterization for your class. I want to characterize the marks in say my subject. So what I'll do is I'll take the summary and I can be taking say mean value. I can be taking either summation or I can say mean value, average or whatsoever you want to consider, right? And what I'll be having the value with which we can say that this is the average marks of this particular class. Here, if it is say more than 65, I can say that this class students are very intelligent. Fine. So, so does it mean that all the students are having 65 or greater than that marks? No, but in general, we can say that for this class, all the students are having average more than 65 percentage marks, right? So summary I have made, summarize, concisely I am saying you, right? Concisely, maybe see with one value, or you can say that with say small reports, say in this particular subject, this percentage are there, for this subject, this percentage are there, right? Say for DM, 65, for DV, say 67, right? For different subjects, I am giving you summary and in a concise way giving you the information, right? So that is what is data characterization, concise summarization of the data of this class, right? Any class can be there. I am giving you the example of your class. Okay. Class doesn't mean that second year, third year, final year. It is any class that means customer, or you can say sales or other department or anything, right? Okay. So, second is data discrimination, comparing two or more sets of data of class, comparing two classes, right? Let us say that I want to compare the subjects DM and DV and results in that, right? When I compare them, and will be able to say that in DM, people are having less marks than that of DV. So that is the comparison, right? So what we are saying is comparing two or more sets of data of classes, right? See the way the things are written, we can understand the example, right? The third one is both data characterization and discrimination. That is both the things are combined, fine? So that is what is for the concept description. Data characterization example, right? I have already told you the example, that is the real world example for your class, right? Let us see other examples here. A customer relationship manager may order the following data mining task, that is summarize the characteristics of customers who spend more than 5 lakh per month. The result is general profile of the customers such that they are 40 to 50 years old, they are employed and have excellent credit ratings. See, the example I have given you, where I have told you that, say for your class, I'm saying that average is this percentage, 65 percentage. Okay, so that is summarization. But now what we want is summarization. With that, we want to have the characterization, characteristics of students, right? Characteristics of students in that. I just want to say that they are intelligent, nothing more than that. See, we may consider some other characteristics, right? People who are coming from this area, they are very good. It may be the case, that may be the characteristic. It depends on the data and what result we are getting with the help of summarization. Right. Here is the example. We have put the list. Okay. People who spend more. Now, but I do not want to get that only. I want to get the characteristic. Why do I want to have characteristic of those people? Because I'm interested in that people. Why am I interested in those people? Because people who are spending more than 5 lakh per month must be having good income, right? So I can attract them for my products and can say that we'll be having more profit. That is what we want to have, isn't it? See, this is all for business, or you can say any organization, but the thing is we want to get more profit, right? For business people, we are doing all these things, isn't it? If I say that students marks, then it is for my subject. So I'm getting benefit in the way having characteristic. These people are very good. So if I give them this particular project, they'll do it better, and they will be able to have good ranks in Smart India Hackathon, right? So the characteristics I want to get of students, according to that, my students will be benefited as well as me, as well as my institute. How? See, if you are doing good, then your institute also will get the credit through you, isn't it? So, same thing we want to do. Here, for business people, we are considering the profit, right? So, people who spend more than 5 lakhs per month, they are interested to me, right? So, I want to get the characteristics of those people. What sort of people are there? They are 40 to 50 years old. Typically, we consider that suppose you people are there, then will you spend this much? No. You can say, ma'am, if I'm very rich, my father is very rich and giving me this much money, I can. But for that, one more characteristic we have to add, that is, person's father is very rich. That characteristic also we can add, isn't it? That also happens. Just now, what we have summarized in that, we got this characteristic only, but it may happen that we are having this characteristic also. That person's father is very rich, and that's why person is spending more than 5 lakh per month. That also can be there, right? Okay. So just now we have considered this 40 to 50 years old. This is typical, isn't it? बंदे के पास पैसा कब होगा? थोड़ा बहुत कमाएगा तब ना. Just now you are of say smallish. Small means बच्चे नहीं भाई. Still, right? 20, 21 years. This much is your age, right? So that time you are not earning anything. So we can say that person पापा जितना देगा उतना ही खर्चा करेगा ना, right? So we typically used to say 40 to 50 years age means बंदा अच्छे पोस्ट पे है, अच्छा कमा रहा है, तो अच्छा स्पेंड भी करेगा, है ना? So typically this is the characteristic, that is, a person is having the age that is 40 to 50, right? Second is employed. Obviously यार, employed तो होना चाहिए, पैसा आ ही नहीं रहा है तो खर्चेंगे कैसे, है ना? हाँ, हो सकता है कि फोर फादर्स ने बहुत सारे पैसे छोड़े हो, ठीक है ना? तो that can also be the characteristic, but just now we haven't considered that. Have excellent credit ratings. Credit rating is very good. कार्ड होता है ना, क्रेडिट कार्ड, उसका रेटिंग बहुत अच्छा है. So that can happen that person is spending more than 5 lakh rupees per month, right? So we have summarized, taken, and then after, what are the characteristics of these people? So concisely we are saying just 3 points we have said. People who spend more than 5 lakh rupees per month. For that, this is a summary, and for that we are giving the characteristics, that these customers are either having the age that is from 40 to 50, they are employed, and the third thing is they are having high credit ratings. Fine. So this is what the characteristic we got. We have done this summary. From that, we have provided the characteristics. Got the point? So characterization based on the summarization. Got the point? Okay. Fine. So the data mining system should allow the customer relationship manager to drill down on any dimension. As such, an occupation to view the customers according to their type of employment. From this characteristics, this summarization, we got 3 characteristics. Now from that also, employed. Okay, banda employed hai, but what that person is doing? He is an employee of very big company. He is on the post of HR manager. You can say CEO of any company, co-founder of any particular company, or manager of a particular company. That can happen, right? So this characteristic we got, Now what else? Does it finish? No. Now, relationship manager, that is a manager of your company, tells you to do the drill down on any dimension. Dimensions are whatever features we consider. Like say, suppose these three things are there. So for employment, you can say, बंदा employed तो है पर कहाँ पे है, क्या है, कौन से city में है, right? So we want to get the detail of employment of that particular person. And as we know that drill down, that means we are going in the detail of that particular concept, right? बड़ा सा concept है, country, यार country से क्या पता चलेगा? ठीक है, country है, इंडिया में है, but it's better if I am having some more idea. गुजरात में है, गुजरात में लोग बहुत पैसे वाले होते हैं, सही है भाई, पर सिर्फ गुजरात नहीं यार, थोड़ा और ज्यादा हो तो पता चले, उसको कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट वी डू इज वी आर गोइंग इन डिटेल. सूरत, सूरत में लोग बहुत पैसे वाले होते हैं, है ना? अभी उसमें भी देखिए, उसमें भी ड्रिल डाउन करे तो विल बी हैविंग, यार घोड़दौड़, वेसू, वीआईपी रोड, people are very rich, isn't it? Something like this. Okay, you can understand. So we are doing the drill down process for that particular concept. Okay, that particular dimension. So more idea is there now. अब ढूंढ लिया, अभी क्या करेंगे? Target those people. For what? Doing the crime things? No. We'll target them as our customers. Will give them the recommendations. New car has been launched. New clothes of your particular brand is available, right? You will consider those people, right? See, if a person, few persons are there in your class who are very intelligent in particular coding, right? Like say for my subject, I can say Python. So I'll say them, you do this, okay? You do certificate generation, that particular project. Are you getting this? This is the example, okay? I tell you, all of you, that do this, but जो वो काम कर सकते हैं, ज्यादा मेहनत करेंगे, उसको पकड़ के बोल सकते हैं, you do this. You yourself will grow as well as will see that something good is being developed in this particular subject. Got it? Right? So we'll target these customers. We'll give them the recommendations. We'll give them few discounts. If you take two cars together, you will get, say, AC free. You will get, say, fridge free, or something in your car is free, right? So they are actually not having any loss, okay? When they are giving some discounts, no loss is there. If I consider, say, a combo bread and butter, then they'll not be having any loss, okay? If they are giving the discount. This is the general business policies. They will never have the loss. I have given you the example before also for say branded clothes, right? How they are selling. See, it is the business policy and that has to be there. अब बंदा सिर्फ सबकी सेवा करेगा तो खाएगा क्या, कमाएगा क्या, है ना? So it is always there and that we need to accept. So data discrimination example, though the example is clear to you, na? For summarization and characterization, right? Okay. So the second one is data discrimination example. Let's say a customer relationship manager may want to compare two groups of customers. Those who shop for computer products regularly. And what do we mean to say that regularly? That means say more than twice a month. Those who rarely shop for such products, as for example, less than 3 times a year. So this is what is being specified by the customer relationship manager. Okay, that you want to get these details. You want to have the idea of this people, this people, this group of people, right? So we can say group These are very intelligent students. Okay, we can take this type of work from them. These are not so good students, poor students. So I'm having the group as well as can compare them. Their characteristics I can have. These people are poor. Why poor? Because they are not interested in the subject, or they are having some emotional problems, or what is the problem with them? See, suppose if I consider your class, okay, you have taken the admission in computer engineering, fine. So you must be having very good grades in 12th. तब तक अच्छा किया था तभी तो यहाँ पे आया ना, ऐसे ही तो नहीं आ गए. तो अचानक से वो बंदा इतना पीछे कैसे हो गया कि वो बंदा फेल हो रहा है या बहुत कम मार्क्स आ रहे हैं. एकदम इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा अचानक से खराब हो जाए, ये कैसे हो सकता है? कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम होगी, राइट? सो व्हाट आई कैन डू इज we can compare such things. Let us have two groups and then analyze the characteristics. What are the characteristics? बंदे को problem क्या है? ढूंढते हैं. Then we can target those people. Target जो ज्यादा अच्छा है उसको ज्यादा अच्छे तरीके से और ग्रो करने के लिए वेज दे सकते हैं. जो पुअर है उनके क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है उनको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, है ना? सो दे विल ऑल्सो ग्रो एंड अल्टीमेटली अवर एम इज टू गेट द बेनिफिट, टू गेट द प्रॉफिट, राइट? Profit for we teachers, we can say that you students are having good marks, right? That is our profit. And for say business people, we can say that they'll be having more profit, fine. So we'll be having the comparison between these two. Jo banda in a month purchasing computer products for more than 2 times, and people who rarely purchase those things, right? So what's the benefit in that? जो बंदा ज्यादा खर्च कर रहा है, चलो ठीक है, उसको तो थोड़ा ज्यादा मोटिवेट करते हैं, गिव देम द डिस्काउंट एंड अट्रैक्ट देम मोर. बट व्हाट अबाउट दिस रेयर पीपल? इग्नोर देम. Business people never says ignore somebody, right? We can attract them also. At least 3 के बदले 4 भी हो जाए. People who are not purchasing the computer items 3 times per year will motivate them somehow by giving discount policies, or motivate them to have the benefits of having these things, and we can have more profit. That is what we have to do, isn't it? As business people, we have to do that. You can say, ma'am, we are not business people, why should we think of all these things? See, you are computer engineer, isn't it? What you will do? You will make such automated software for this business people, isn't it? So you should be having those things available in your product. People say typically are making the project, small project, mini project, or final project, or anything, wherein they consider blank data. Whenever the examiner comes to you, they show blank data. Ma'am, let me show you the way it works. I'll show you from the start. So a few entries in say half an hour time is that for your project examination. How much entry you can do? 5, 10, 50, not more than that. And then you will show, yeah, this is inserted, this is done. Select star queries they are showing. Is it the real thing? That is totally wrong thing. I used to say people that when you want to show your project, at least you should have 50 entries in your database. So say insertion problem is there, you can show that if it is the value which is already available, you can show the error that it is available already. So we cannot insert that. You can create the report not only from select star, but from this table with the join operation and many more things. Are you giving any dynamism in that? What do we mean by dynamism? See, I can specify which month benefit I want to get. I want to get the list of which month, which year, which days, date I should be able to specify. Dynamism, right? Dynamically, you are specifying this dates or month or weeks or whatsoever, right? Such thing should be there at least in your simple projects, right? If it is not there, it is useless. If it is only giving you the select star from something, and it is already there in the manual system where you are having the list of things in one notebook, it is similar, isn't it? What's the meaning of making a software? First thing or first principle of making a software is automation. Can you make any manual system to work as automatic system? What sort of automation? Insert, you cannot do automatically, right? You have to write something at least, or you should have some scanners or something like that, but you should enter in that, right? Entry to karna hi padega. Then after, selection, or whatever data you want, reports, that you have to do it yourself only. But based on your choice, no. You are only the software creator, right? You should give that choice to your customer, business people, right? See, I used to tell you, we software engineers or computer engineers are not making software for us. So we have to care our customer. If they are satisfied, we are growing, right? That is what is the aim of making software. It should be automated. It should be having the dynamism. Your customer should be satisfied, right? So consider the requirements of them. Do not say, I like this particular language, I like this. Forget about all these things. I like only works for you, not for the customers. Okay, so take care of that. Fine. See, though this is very simple thing, but when you make software and work in the real world, this makes very much effect when you consider your customer. That's why I used to give you the example of whether you are purchasing the sari for your or sari or gift for your mom based on her choice or your choice, right? That's why I used to give that example. आप उनकी choice consider करोगे so she will be more happy, right? That is what is required to cultivate in us as software, right? Okay. So we are having two separate groups. We want to compare them and how to motivate both the groups, right? Intelligent बच्चे हैं उनको भी हमें motivate करना है. Poor students, for them also we should motivate. Our aim is to make our students grow. Business people wants that we should have more benefit, right? So people who purchase more than twice a month, them we will motivate to purchase say 4 or 5 times in a month. And people who do not purchase, them also we will motivate in the way that they will be at least purchasing 4 or 5 times in a year. Okay, so that's what should be our aim. એને કે આખો બિઝનેસમેન કોને કહેવાય જે ટાલિયાને કાંસકી વેચે હે ને ટાલિયાને કાંસકી જરૂર છે નહીં ને તો પણ એને વેચે એને સ્માર્ટ બરાબર છે so that's what we have to provide in our software આપણે લુચ્ચાઈ ખરાબી એવું બધું નથી કરવાનો we should be able to attract our customers, right? I'm not saying that way that you should do some cheating. No cheating is that, but you should attract the people, right? Okay. Data summarization. It is used to be able to summarize a large data set and present it at a higher conceptual level. It requires important functionality, that is generalization. Let us see the data generalization and summarization based characterization. For generalization, what do we say? See, conceptual levels are there. So what we say is, this is the higher concept, this is the lower than that one, right? Or say one is the lower concept. Is it lower? It is higher concept, right? And 5 is the lower concept, right? सबसे पहला जो है वो higher है, right? So one is the higher concept, and 5, that is fifth one, is the lower concept. Fine. Okay. So what we say is, from this level, if we are going this way, what do we mean by that? We have taken the concept hierarchy generation for, say, country, state, city, and state. Country, state, city, and street, right? If I say that from street, street is at the lower level. From street, if I am going to the country, that will we be getting more detail or less detail? Low detail, right? See, when we are going in deep detail, then we can say that we are getting more detail. When we are going above, we'll be getting the less detail, or we can say less detail. It means we can say we are giving the abstraction, right? Abstract things we are giving. Smaller. In detail, if I want to know about your project, you will say, ma'am, I have used this database, I have used this language, this paper, these. Many things you tell. But I'll say you, please write in 2 lines only about your project. So that will be the abstract. Got the points? That is what I mean to say, that if we are going from lower level to the above level in the concept hierarchy, at that time we can say that we are giving the abstract view of it, right? And if we are going from higher level to the lower level, we are giving the detailed view of it. Got the points, right? Okay. So that's what we are considering here. A process which abstracts a large set of task relevant data in a database from a low conceptual levels to higher conceptual levels, from this to this, that is generalization. It is quite obvious. I'll say, Kishan, from where you are coming? Which area? Katargam. From where you are coming? Katargam. Any other? Varacha. Okay, you? Adashan. Okay, right? So different areas we are having, right? Different areas we are having. Now, oh, that is detail. That is detail. For you, for you, for you, different areas are there. So that is a detail. But if I say all are coming from Surat, all are coming from Surat, what does that mean? The detail was that Katargam, Varacha, Adajan, that was the detail. But now what I have done is, instead of saying all these details, I have abstracted that and said, in general, all students are coming from Surat. That is the generalization, right? So, details we were having, that we have replaced with the Surat, right? So what we can say is, the higher concept, lower level is replaced with the higher, right? So that is what is generalization. Specific, Katargam, okay. You from Varacha, okay, right? So that is the detail, right? That is the detail. What we want is generalization. So for that we can say, specific things will be replaced with the general thing. Okay, typically we used to say in classes also, base class and subclasses, right? Subclasses are having the specific things, where, sorry, where the base class is having the general characteristics, right? So that is only here also is that, right? So this is the generalization, that is low concepts are replaced with the higher ones. So what are the approaches? The approaches are data cube approach, that is OLAP. OLAP is online analytical processing, right? For data cube. Data cube, what we say typically is, say dimensions are there, more than say 3 dimensions are there, and we can say that we are having the cube, right? That is what we understand. And what is data mart? Data mart is the smallest part of our data cube, right? So what we say is, say for university is that, right? In that particular department, computer department. Okay, so that is a particular small concept of it, right? So that is data mart for us. Customer, okay, one concept, small concept of it, right? So that is data mart. Okay, fine. So uh, first is we can say data cube approach, and second one is attribute oriented induction approach. These are the two ways to have the generalization and summarization based characterization. Roll up and drill down are the data cube operations. Roll up, you are at the down level, you are coming up, 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 up. That is roll. So from ground floor, when you are coming to first floor, it is roll up in the concept hierarchy. Okay, not in the computer department. We are saying that in the concept hierarchy, when we are going from bottom level or low level to the higher level, it is called the roll up, right? When we are going from higher level to the lower level, it is called drill down, right? Down, when we are doing the drill down, we'll be getting the detail, right? See, keep this example of this country, state, city, and street. You can understand that very easily. Very easily, you can understand that. Drill down. So, you are going in detail, right? When we are going roll up, 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 that means generalization, right? You are having the generalization, or you can say that you are doing the roll up. Fine? Very simple concept. Okay? So, if you are having the cube, simple cube you are having, you have drawn the cube, and if somebody says that show the drill down operation, what you should do is whatever concept you are having, say countries are, you have to show state, then city, then state, right? That way you should show. So when you are showing the drill down, your cube should show longer in detail, right? And when you want to roll up, you should show up, and you can say that street was given, okay, then show till the country, right? So if say Surat is given, you should say it as say India. Got the thing? That way you should show the things. You can understand, right? Whatever concepts are there, this is a typical example from which you can understand very easily. That's why giving you the same example again and again. Okay, so consider the things. So roll up means city to country. Drill down means country to city. Fine. Got it? Okay, so that's all for today.